Hello everyone, we are Emilio Muñoz, Simon Torres, and Alejandro Naranjo, CESA students, and in this presentation we're going to talk about the flight MH307 that recently disappeared in the middle of the ocean. This has been one of the greatest mysteries of modern aviation because the plane is still missing. The flight departed from Kuala Lumpur International Airport on March 8 at 0:41 and was scheduled to land at Beijing Capital International Airport at 6:30 local time. It climbed to its assigned cruise altitude of 35,000 feet and was traveling at 471 miles. Now we're going to talk about the passengers. 227 of them were Chinese citizens, including a group of 19 artists. 30 passengers were Malaysian, and the remaining passengers were from 13 different countries. 5 of the registered passengers didn't board the plane, which is unusual. Also, some of the passengers were traveling with fake documents. The plane had about 8 hours worth of fuel in its wings. The last communication with base control occurred at 1:19 a.m. when someone believed to be co-pilot Farik Abdul Hamid calmly told controllers, "All right, good night." The plane then left Malaysian airspace and vanished from controllers' screen. Crew members were Malaysian citizens. The flight's captain was 53 years old, Sahir Ahmad Saad of Penang. He joined MAS in 1981 and had 18,365 hours of flying experience. The co-pilot was 27-year-old Farik Abdul Hamid, an employee of MAS since 2007. The crew was expected to contact air traffic control in Ho Chi Minh City as the aircraft passed into Vietnamese airspace, just north of the point where contact was lost. The captain of another aircraft had attempted to reach the crew of Flight 270 just after 1:30 a.m. Malaysia Airlines issued a media statement at 7:24, 1 hour after the scheduled arrival of the flight at Beijing, stating that contact with the flight had been lost by Malaysian ATC at 2:40. MAS stated that the government had initiated search and rescue operations. Then information Malaysia Airlines sent specially trained teams to Beijing and Malaysia to give emotional support to passengers' families. The airline also sent its own team of caregivers and volunteers and agreed to bear the expenses of bringing family members of the passengers to Kuala Lumpur. Together, 115 family members of the Chinese passengers flew to Kuala Lumpur. Also, the airline offered a condolence payment of $5,000 to the family of each passenger. They refused to accept these terms and told the airline to offer new alternatives. The Prime Minister based his announcement on what he described as unprecedented analysis of satellite data provided by a British air accident investigation brand. He said the analysis made clear that the plane's last position was in the middle of the remote southern Indian Ocean, far from any possible landing site. For families, some of whom had held out hope their relatives somehow were still alive, the news appeared to be devastating. At a briefing for relatives in Beijing, some were overcome and had to be taken from a hotel on stretchers. In Kuala Lumpur, a woman walked out of briefing for families in tears. Ships and planes from various countries have been secured in the South China Sea near where the plane was last detected. Debris spotted in the area has turned out to be unrelated to the plane. Similarly, an oil leak in the search area was determined to be from fuel oil typically used in cargo ships. Theories. First one, they say the plane was shot down by some hostile country. The conservative radio host unveiled a theory that last Friday is as good as anybody else, even though he introduced it by stating, "I don't know if this is possible, but let's say it is." It's nighttime, they fly over a bunch of unfriendly countries and they can't identify themselves, and they're not identified, there are no lights. Second, the plane can't be found because it's invisible. Others have gone more scientific in their scrutiny of the plane's disappearance, stating that the plane may be clothed in some sort of invisibility technology, allowing it to fly undetected. These claims are rooted in the presence of 20 passengers on board the flight. The plane was hijacked by terrorists or maybe even the pilot himself. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak stated that he believed the plane was deliberately guided off track by a highly skilled individual. The question remains, who do it? China's State Administration for Science, Technology and Industry for National Defense announced the discovery, including images of what it said were the three unsuspected flying objects. The objects are small, 13 by 18 meters, 14 by 19 meters, and 24 by 22 meters. Australian officials said they had spotted two objects in the southern Indian Ocean that could be related to the flight, which has been missing since March 8 with 239 people on board. One object is a gray or green circular object and the other is an orange rectangular object. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak said using a type of analysis never before used in an investigation of this sort, SMART and the AAIB have concluded that MH370 flew along the southern corridor and that its last position was in the middle of the Indian Ocean. In response to the incident, Australia, Bangladesh, Brunei, Cambodia, China, France, India, Indonesia, Myanmar, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Russia, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, United States, and Vietnam have gained support for finding the plane. After all the recent events, we just want to say that we hope the best for all the passengers in the plane and the crew. We believe that all are still alive. Thank you for your time, Miriam.